Welcome back to the Trust No One podcast. We've got McGurkin over here, Mitch, Fink, and as always, B Money.
What up?
Today we are what up? Today we're covering the chat 0, 1, and 2. So we're not going to be covering this show in nearly as much detail as we cover Survivor in, because we don't think we need to go through scene by scene to break everything down. The challenge is more competition based, even though there is social game. A lot of these people have known each other for years, so half the cast is very familiar with the other members. So we have Vets versus New Threats, and we've watched episode 0, episode 1, and episode 2. We're off to a good start. Yeah, let's start talking about episode 0. Right away, they get off the plane and they get thrown right into an individual competition.
You cannot get in the house. No, you cannot get settled in. Whatever you're wearing, you're going up this mountain. Have fun.
That was crazy.
Welcome to the Kent Challenge.
What's a twist?
Yeah, and you have to run all the way up, hit this button, and then run all the way back down. And then and going down a mountain is almost just as hard as going up a mountain. It doesn't take nearly as long, but it's rough on the knees, man. Yeah.
It can be dangerous. It can be more dangerous going down because you're hustling and trip and fall and go stumbling down the mountain.
Yeah, all the steps you took coming up, you cannot take the same ones down. You will tumble. Yep.
So I thought that was a nice showcase of everyone's final ability. The final in the challenge is always about endurance. There is a lot of other aspects to it, but endurance is always the main part. So this kind of showed you who's going to be a threat at the end of the game if they make it to the final. And we saw some rookies here do really, really well. Jeremy, first place finish.
Rookies should have really, really stepped back and not did as well as they did.
Yes. And that's where you can tell an experience, because somebody who plays somebody who's a gamer would think about that and be like, oh, nobody here knows me. I don't want to put a big target on my back.
And it might not have hit him yet, but unfortunately, that's definitely always going to stick into everybody's mind. That dude rocked that mountain.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy? Yes.
Yeah. And one thing about doing well in a challenge like that, in this format, they got kind of lucky, because guys that do well, all of the girls want those guys as their partner, and vice versa. All the girls that do well, all the guys are going to want them as their partner, and not people that were towards the end of the pack. So they got lucky that this ended up being pairs, because the target would have been much bigger had it not been. But at least this way, Jeremy should have some of the ladies in the house looking to keep him safe, because
if he pairs up right, he can definitely do well.
Yeah, and he's going to be pairing up with vets, so the vet ladies are going to want to keep him there.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think we need to go through who finished first and who finished last in this challenge. It is notable. CT and Naya came in last. They were the last two to enter the house. But we could all see CT showed up out of shape. This is going to be a rough season for him.
Yeah. And he even calls it out on himself. He's like, I did not prepare.
True.
That's very
and he'll continue to do that. But you see him working during the first 2.5 episodes, 3 episodes. You see him working out, like he's trying while he's there outside of the challenges, and he's trying as hard as he can in the challenges through the first 3 episodes. I respect it. I don't hate at all.
I've seen CT show up. Oh yeah, I've seen him show up way out of shape and then be in shape by the final. So,
which is why you can't let him stick around.
The guy's a 5-time winner, 5-time champ.
I think he's got
definitely someone to be cautious of.
Always. He's very good social.
That's just showing that he knows how he has played this game, and he knows what he can do.
Oh yeah.
And he's way more intelligent than he lets on. The math that guy can do in his head is insane. And puzzles, same thing. He's just a puzzle master. So somebody with that kind of strength, even if they're out of shape, don't sleep on them. All right, so episode 0 was just a chance to let the viewers get to know who these new cast members were if you hadn't seen their original show. And we went over it during our little preview of where everybody came from. But this was just a chance for them to show their personality a little bit by answering a couple of questions with TJ. And I think a few of them kind of shined here.
Yeah.
D. Sydney from Survivor.
That's right. 2 of the 2 survivors, both of them. I think D is just naturally charming, and she's good at confessionals. Yeah, and Sydney reinvented herself. She came in way cockier than she did on Survivor. I don't remember Sydney from Survivor.
Sames.
Yeah,
Thanks.
she was like a pre-merge.
She was a mid-game exit.
Yeah, early mid. She didn't even make merge, I don't think. And I think she was like the pre-merge vote. But this time she came in playing a character, right? She wanted to be cocky and kind of a dick. And I like it. Don't get me wrong. I think it makes entertaining TV, right? And it's going to start to piss
Yeah.
off some of these other girls hearing her talk smack in these interviews. That's how you get invited back, by acting like her or acting like Blue from Big Brother and just being entertaining in your
Right.
interviews. Tell a good story.
Funny, like
I
yeah,
like Blue.
yeah.
She'll be back.
Yeah. Blue's got the personality that they're gonna want to bring her back. I'm excited to see some more of the ones that they didn't focus on in the early episodes, because as we know, Blue went home in episode 2, but we haven't seen a lot of the other rookie girls other than Adrienne being featured too much.
Right.
Miracle a little bit, and D, yeah, obviously because of the banana situation, but it
Mhm.
looks like that whole drama is gonna taper off. It's just early
I love
season.
for it.
Can I ask a question?
I'm here for the drama.
So, I'm new to watching the challenge, and has a hangnail ever been a thing?
No, first time.
Do we think that is due to her needing to not walk for 5 days and needing to be
Nah.
no? Okay, all right.
No, the
I just
challenge
needed
is
to ask
ruthless.
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
they don't
I needed
care.
to, like, as a new viewer, I needed to, like, did they like throw in a hangnail and she just happened to be it because
Yeah.
medical said you can't walk for 5 days?
No, they would tell her to do it. They wouldn't care.
Or they'd be like, "Sorry, you can't compete. You got to go," and they'd bring in
Yeah.
a
Right, like
replacement
then
since
just
it's
it's an
early in the
automatic
season.
elimination. Right. Okay.
Yeah, if you
They
can't
would
compete,
bring
you
in
can't
a
compete.
They would bring in a replacement that early, for sure.
Yeah, in the
So-
first, because they fly in replacements. They have, I think, 2 men and 2 women waiting like offset somewhere, and if somebody gets injured early on, they'll bring one of them in to replace.
Wow.
Yeah,
to
they're
not
ruthless. They don't
suffocate.
care.
Yeah,
Also,
Wow.
TJ as a host has the most power in any and all reality TV shows. Like, if you make him mad at any point, he can punish you, and he will not often reward or ever. He's superb. He's just so superb as a host.
he takes a little while for him to grow on you once you get to see
Yeah.
his personality and see how much he actually cares about what he's doing. TJ, he was a BMX professional. He's a gold medal winner, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He does not like quitters.
No. And seeing when people are quitting because they're afraid, it really pisses him off, because this is a guy that, is doing bike jumps, like floating in the air for 15 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
he knows what real
Kicking the
fear is
bike
like.
around him, like, and hoping to land proper.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So TJ does, yeah. He'll give them a real hard time if he doesn't think that they're putting in the effort or doing the work. And he also doesn't like to hear about the drama and stuff. He stays out of it completely. He's like, just
Good for
shut up
him.
and go.
Right. Like, I
I
don't
was
care.
surprised that he even asked about something, I don't want to jump ahead, but when
Hey,
he
you can
asked
jump
where's
ahead.
Derek.
This is not one where I think we care about
So
jumping.
when he asked about when they told that kid Justin to call out who betrayed him, and he was like Derek, and TJ's like, which one? I was shocked he even cared.
I think he was just being funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Alright.
you need to be a little more
Pitbull-
specific.
Right.
Pitbull Derek is not really like that much of a backstabber. He's
No.
pretty much a straight shooter.
Yeah, definitely.
But other Derek is he came in second place last year against to the greatest champion in the challenge history. So,
The only person that beat him was the GOAT, Jordan. But
Wow.
episode 1, we find out that they're picking teams based on the placements, and Jeremy picks Aviv in the first spot. Aviv did win, okay, her first time playing, but that was like 20 years
That was a
ago.
long time ago.
Yeah, and she played last season, and she did not perform that well. She is not in the shape she used to be. I was surprised that he made this first pick. That's the only reason why I brought it up. I was just like,
I
what?
think I know why I picked her. He
Because
put a target on his back, and she's good friends with Johnny Bananas.
that's what I was thinking. Was
That social game, that was very smart.
all right, agreed. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I like that, Mitch.
And then we had Izzy pick Theo, which I believe her and Olivia planned that little thing out. Like, you pick,
Yeah.
you pick my man,
You
and this
pick
way
my-
we're all good together.
Right.
to
I'll
work.
get your man. You get my man. We'll hang out.
But before Olivia could make that happen, Cedric picked her. It's Cedric from Big Brother, the younger short kid with the curly hair. He is going to get overlooked in my opinion, because he's tiny. But that kid is very smart and should not be underestimated. And I don't think we need to go through all these teams because they're going to be switching week to week.
Right.
So, daily number 1, we have a
The ball
giant
pit.
mud pit. And in this mud pit is a big pool of water at the bottom. And up outside of the mud pit, surrounding it in a circle, are baskets where you've got to put your balls. So they're going to do 3 rounds where a helicopter will fly in, dump a giant sack of balls.
Which the logistics of are insane.
Yes,
Yes.
but pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to watch.
So they drop a giant ball sack into the pool, and then everyone's got to chase the ball.
Teabagging, if you will.
It did kind of look like a teabagging.
They're gonna go splat a little bit.
So first round, all the balls are the same color. Everybody's just rushing up, right? So I like how they did this production-wise because this is the type of daily where you're not really going to be able to tell who's winning or who's losing, right? It's going to be real difficult. So instead of making it about the competition, they made it about getting to know the players. And they gave everyone like a brief, like 45-second segment of each team to kind of talk about how they did throughout the challenge and show some clips about them. So I did like how they did that.
Yes.
I thought about you actually, Fink, when I was watching, and I was like, oh, this is good for like a new person that doesn't know these people. You're at least getting a clip of each one to see, you know,
right, like
how they
kind of
perform.
where their heads at, like how they're gonna, like how they're feeling with their partner right then, because they still didn't know that it was switching week to
Yeah.
week. Like, so yeah, that was I like it for how they formatted that also, and for fuck's sake, being tied to someone, like imagine the mismatches that were happening there. The taller
CT
people,
and his partner.
short people,
yeah.
like I would need someone at least my height, and I could literally just drag them through the challenge. You know what I mean? Like I would drag them up and down the hill. They just need to be my height. Like, but if they were taller than me, oh no, the missing of the steps and
that's kind of what it looked like for Rogan and Adrienne. And Rogan gets my dummy
He's
of
the
the
worst.
week right here.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you why would you take your shoes off, you idiot? Oh my
Why
God.
would you take your shoes off? Like
Never
we
run
don't have enough
barefoot through the
padding
mud.
to sustain that abuse on our feet.
No, and you have
Like,
no
that's
idea
why
what is
we
in
wear
there.
shoes.
Roots, rocks, glass. There could have been so much stuff in there
Right.
that could
Well,
mess
clearly
you
it
up.
was glass
Dinosaur
in there.
bone.
She cut her foot.
It could have been a
Fine,
stone. It
that's
could have been
not
glass. Yeah, you never know. But
Dinosaur
either
bone.
way, you need that surface area,
yeah,
with the whole shoe to get up and down.
Yeah.
but yeah, and then she
Idiotic.
ended up with 5 stitches, and they ended up in last place. Where if she had kept if you had kept your shoes on, CT probably would have lost,
Yeah.
right? Because he was
Yep.
Yeah.
struggling hard in this challenge. He couldn't
Yeah.
towards the end. But who was his partner? Tay. That's right.
Hey.
Tay was a good coach in this moment.
Yeah.
Right?
She did
He was
real
about to
good
give
with
They
it.
up.
bonded a lot.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
you know she
Well,
gave him
even
words of
said at the
encouragement,
end,
pushed
thanks
him.
for making me go for the last one.
Yeah, so I like
Right,
that in a partner,
like-
somebody who's not like giving them a hard time, but encouraging them to keep
Come
going.
on, let's go.
Yeah.
No, it's like we got this. One more step, 2 more steps, like 5
Yeah.
steps,
Yeah,
3
Mhm.
steps.
just catch your
there,
breath for a bit,
like-
then we're gonna
there.
go. Like, yeah.
Right. 5 deep breaths, go. Like
All right, so our first place finishers disappointed a lot of us, I'm sure. Bananas and D finishing first.
update. I'm like super
Love
stoked
it.
for her. I don't like bananas. I don't like bananas.
Like bananas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
He's
weird
so
to me that he's got such
unlikable.
a huge fan base because if you go online, like the hate for him runs deep.
That's his whole fan base is hating.
Yeah, it's people that hate him.
Everybody loves to hate him.
But pretty much everybody that I see back him up, they're all people that I would not want to hang out with. I'm like, oh,
They're,
okay,
they're
well,
people
that
like
makes
Yeah.
sense.
this. They're like
Yeah.
they're probably scumbag dudes. Like they're just
Incel
scumbags.
behavior.
Yeah, it's like
yes.
a bunch of
Thank you.
douches in a douche canoe.
Right.
Mhm.
Circle jerking each other.
Circle.
Oh, who's
Yeah.
rowing? Who cares?
We're rowing. We're rowing.
But I talked a lot of smack on Aviv though, but you know she did come in second place with Jeremy. So, or maybe he lost first place because he picked Aviv. Who knows?
Yeah. We'll find out.
Because
Still beats.
depends on
They
how you
still
look.
beats.
This was a tough competition, right? It didn't. Those gold balls. If you didn't get one,
Yeah,
you
you're
were
beat.
screwed.
You're
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah.
So it might have been better, to not do anything the first round.
And just
Right, just
go
hang
for
up at
the
the top and wait for the
Yeah.
gold balls.
Or just take your time and just get them liberally.
But being
Yeah.
tied together like that, though, does limit your options of what strategy you can do. Because it's not like you
Wow.
could have like one person at the top and the other person at the bottom, and you could throw them up,
right.
Yep.
which they've done that kind of thing in the past. And I think that's what they wanted to get rid of.
First, the first two challenges, definitely of the challenge, most definitely extreme.
Yes, both heavy endurance challenges to start off the season, which I think is kind of necessary in the beginning. You've got to put
Weed
some
out.
stuff in there to weed out any potential quitters that you have amongst your newbies. Make it
Yeah.
real hard right off the bat, so anybody who can hang, bails
Right.
early. But nobody did. Everybody, all the new. I really like this rookie
They did.
cast a lot.
Yeah, they did definitely held their own.
And then turns out we didn't have a male or female elimination because they flipped a coin on the spot to determine who it was. Women were the
How
1,000,
lucky,
men
sir.
were the little dude. He was like, dudes, you're the dude. Or guys, you're the little guy. But we started off with the men's elimination with Rogan and Adrian in last place. Adrian, thankfully, with her 5 stitches, didn't have to go in spared. And then also because, well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but she got real lucky here with how things played out because it gave her the rest that she needed to let her stitches heal up so she could continue competing.
Correct.
I mean, between the ball pit and the challenge, or the what do we call it? The
daily
going
or the
into-
elimination?
The elimination. Going from the daily to the elimination is how many days?
It's not they don't tell us.
Yeah, we don't know.
The challenge isn't shot like Survivor, where there's a set amount of days that they're there.
Sure.
Random.
Yeah, it's like whenever they can get their production schedules together. But I don't think much time between. I think you do a daily one day, and then the next day is the
Elimination.
elimination.
No, there's got to be a break because they all go out drinking the one night. You can't have them competing in an elimination or a daily the day after they go out drinking.
That is
Yeah,
their
I mean,
choice.
I have no idea, and I don't think it's consistent. I don't think, but they say that they're working most days that they're out there from interviews that I've watched. So I don't think they give them much time in between. They say they don't get a lot of sleep while they're there. They don't. They always come out of there in worse shape that they went in because the experience is so rough and so long. They're there for several months.
Yeah.
So then we got Rogan. Rogan is a 3-time veteran. This is his 3rd season. He went out first on his first season, and then he won his 2nd time out. That was on one of the last big team seasons that they did, so he won as part of a larger group. It wasn't like he won. And then this time he makes a terrible call, takes off his shoes, hurts his partner, and then comes back in and says, okay, I want either Ben or Justin. I want the little guy cheerleader or the announcer. And I'm like,
so this is the biggest guy in the house.
Yes.
Right.
I wouldn't say the
Just to
biggest,
clarify,
but-
Goliath.
No, he is the biggest man by mass and size and
Like,
poundage for sure.
Height and muscle. I mean, no,
taller than
CT's got
CT.
the same amount of height, but he's probably got some weight on him.
He's got some weight on him. Yeah, right. So this is a completely schoolyard, bully situation. I'm gonna find the smallest kids that I can just push my way through.
Zero respect.
And one of the last times he was out, Jay Starlet from Survivor, Millennials vs. Gen X, who is also a smaller guy, Rogan put him in the dirt so hard on Balls In that he concussed him, and Jay didn't know where he was anymore.
Right.
It's
And
true.
that's what he wants, right? Oh, let me go up against another
Tiny guy.
competitor like that I can just body and be back in the house and no problem. And he tries to make it sound like, oh yeah, I was just gonna say give me whoever, but then Izzy was telling me you got to look out for yourself, so give me the tiniest guys here. I'm like, I don't know, you're that big, just take what you
I'm
get.
glad he got sent home by him.
Me too. And I was also glad as soon as I saw that challenge, I was like, oh, this takes brains.
Yeah,
This is
Right.
not. Yeah,
Right. You need to understand physics and understand inertia and understand propulsion.
yeah, you're not just manhandling and running through a wall here.
yeah. And
You had to be willing to sacrifice your body against the roller, though, a little bit.
Well, that
Like,
kid was
you had to-
rolling with it.
He had to propel his body against it to get it to go over the hill.
Yeah,
the
but did you
peak.
see him doing flips inside the thing?
Yeah.
Who, Justin?
Yeah.
I kept
Oh, yeah.
thinking, like, how didn't he fall out? Like,
It's
how
all
did
that
he flip?
cheerleading.
So, I mean, yeah, I was just
He
gonna
has probably
say,
better
he's lucky
balance
he
than
was a
anybody
cheerleader
there.
because he was flipping straight. I'd have been like hanging half out, half in.
He just fall the fuck out.
Like, run back to the wheel. I gotta get it.
Just hope that you fall out in the way that's not towards the track of your competitor.
Yeah, right. Get ran over by a wheel.
I think he
No,
did something smart in this challenge too. He got stuck in the middle hump. So we should probably describe the challenge a little bit. So each
Yeah.
competitor is on a track and they're inside a big, what looks like a human-sized hamster wheel. And the track that they're on has humps. And there are 2 humps and a small dip in the middle. And you have to get your hamster wheel from one side to the other side and then back. So you have to go over the 2 humps twice, and on either end you have a little bit of running room, but the center dip there is no room to run. You are in a small dip. So both of them manage to get over the first hump, but then they get stuck in the dip and it takes them a while to get out. Justin eventually figures out how to get out by throwing his body weight at the top of the hump to push it over a little bit more and to take the weight off the bottom. And that's how he gets through. But right here, you see a lot of the peanut gallery telling him, like, go, why are you stopping? Why are you stopping? You should stop. If you are
Right.
gassed and you're ahead and you know you have to do the same thing you just did, taking 2 minutes to catch your breath is not a bad idea.
Correct.
Especially when your opponent didn't even catch up to you in that time.
Right. Yes. When the person that you are against is still 1 hump behind, or
It wasn't
even
him
like just not just
being proud or braggadocious. It was him being smart there at that end point, I feel.
I think so too. I think that was what you needed to do to make sure that you didn't get stuck in that middle hump again, right? He had to
Yep.
catch his breath, and he knew that when he went back that he had to get out of that hump right away. And that's why, like Mitch said,
He
he was
went.
doing flips in there because
Yeah.
he got up to the top, threw his body weight in, got back on his feet, rolled with it, and then threw his body into it again to get over the second hump and win. It was very
He was-
impressive.
He was done the second time so fast.
Oh God, going back, he didn't even have to restart himself at all. He literally
No.
was able to make it in 1 shot because
And
he had
that's
taken a
why
half
the rest
second
was smart.
to go, okay, all right, I know what I have to do. Dude's still back at the hump. 10 seconds, here we go. And he fucking did it.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it.
So about Justin, there was a little drama with him before his elimination win with Derek, the vet. And here, I don't know. I'm on Derek's side, really. He was drinking too much, and yeah, you shouldn't make promises, period, in early game that you don't know if you can deliver on. But he wasn't really saying, like, I'm never going to vote for you or anything like that. He was more saying, this is what they do to you when you're smaller and considered weaker, is they throw you
he's
in
trying to
and test you.
say this is what happens to these type of people, and this is it isn't a personal thing. We're going off of your features, and I'm sorry that might make you feel bad, but that's a game that we're playing.
Yeah,
Like,
this game is very much about,
you're still new here, honey. Like, get to know everybody, show your worth, show who you are, and then go
And then-
from there. But like,
yeah, then
nobody
you'll build a
it's not
reputation.
personal.
Could you imagine somebody coming on the show, never watching the show, like as like a new threat and challenging like Jordan as like a big
Well, that
guy?
would just be stupid, but I mean, good luck, buddy.
Because you're looking at this guy who's like a little bit smaller than you, probably if you're like Rogan size. You're looking at this guy a little bit smaller than you. You know, only got like one real usable hand. You think you can take him right now? Greatest champion of all time coming right to you, sending you home. And I like that spirit, and that's why I like this kid.
Yeah, I like Justin.
I think
like
that the new people don't understand what they're getting themselves into. These people are cutthroat, backstabbing. I mean, just like me and you were talking about last night, Brad, Johnny Bananas. He brought his partner, number 1, all the way to the top and was like, nah, I'm not sharing.
Taking that money and running.
You are in the most cutthroat. These people don't give a fuck.
When the show is over, we can be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
While we're
here,
here, I'll be cordial, but I'm not your friend while we're here.
we might, well, not even we could be partnered up. We could, use each other. But this is straight up a game. There is
This is a game.
no
At
there
the
is
end
no
of all of
friendship.
this, so like I hate when people get so butthurt about what people are doing to them while in the game. It's like, bro, they're trying to get in your head and you're letting them. Like
Well, some of these
that's
people
why
are good friends outside of it. Like they've been friends
Yeah,
for 20 years and they'll still stab each other in the back.
because it's a game.
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of
Yeah, so
money.
they're-
And
Yeah, a lot of money.
so before we had that elimination, there was also one thing I wanted to mention. Blue came in and was like, wait, why are we voting for Justin and Ben? Like, why are we giving him who he wants?
Right.
He's part of a big UK alliance. Shouldn't we think about other options too? And I like at least where her head was at. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's what you should
Playing
be
the game
thinking.
right away.
Yeah, why are we giving him whatever he wants? Who's this guy? He's not part of my crew.
Mm-hmm.
And screw it, he wants. Let's get out a big threat.
Right.
Which didn't end up happening because of they targeted somebody who was partnered with Kara, and Kara thankfully has some friends in this house this season because Bananas always comes after her first. So it was nice to see, CT and a few other people be like, no, I'm not voting for Kara. Derek was like, no, hell no. And Derek put his game, he put a target on his back from Justin by staying true to his friendship with Kara, which I think that's what I would have done. Like if I was out there with my buddy who I've been chilling with for the past 2 years and it came down to them and this kid I met last week, of course I'm chilling with my buddy. It's not it's a no-brainer.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Once
dude.
again, nothing personal.
Yeah,
And
nothing
I'm sticking
personal, but
to
I'm
it.
actual friends with them and I just met you. So suck a dick.
I will always say Johnny Bananas is in love with Kara and he hates himself for it. Putting it out there and it'll always be my
Did they date?
No.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's part of his like Bananas behavior. If you don't give it up to him, he freaking is awful to you. And if you give it up to
you
him,
might never show
he's
back up
awful to
again.
you.
That's usually what happens is if you hook up with Bananas for a season, you
You're not
usually
coming
don't
back.
come back. Not if he's going to be on that season, you don't come back.
Yeah.
Mariah is the only one to break that rule, and that was because she was still kind of dating him when the new season started, and then she ended up hooking up with somebody else. And that was one of the drama storylines that season. Was it was battle for a new champion, so there were no vets. Sorry, they were all vets, but there was no champions, and they brought in champions as like mercenaries to battle against the opponents for eliminations. And then all the vets that were coming in were talking smack on Mariah and being like, "You broke Johnny's heart." And she was like, "I don't
Oh my
fucking care.
God.
He's a dick."
Johnny's heart deserves to be broken.
Here's the thing. I find it so funny that becomes part of like why they make decisions.
Oh yeah.
Like because like so I mean let's talk about how Will got in episode 2. Will got so pissed off about D messing around with Bananas, and like he was hammered, everyone else was hammered. Then it was I felt like I was back in high school. Like
Drama.
boyfriend of 3 minutes making out with another girl like out back near the fire while I was out front having a cigarette, and I just don't understand why they're happening to me.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm so here for it.
So a little behind the scenes footage here. I watched Derek's podcast, Derek K, and Dee was on there, and she said like, "Yo, me and Will did hook up at the hotel," and
That
what
was
they
all
didn't
said
show
in
on the show.
episode.
Yeah, but this part wasn't. The first night that they got from the hotel to the regular house, she said the first or second night, her and Will were drinking, and Will got like super sloppy, and she got the ick, as she put it, and decided like, oh, okay, I'm gonna move on from this and go, talk to other guys. And she just never had a conversation with Will to be able to let him know like, hey, we're putting a stop to this. So like he thinks things are like moving forward, and then next thing he knows, she's all over Johnny Bananas, and she's not like a little bit all over him. She was all up on him.
Yeah,
like
She likes him.
they had to keep him away from the edge of the balcony because he was making out. They were making out. Like
so,
You
and not
thought
that I
it'd be a
care.
good
Dee
idea to
can
watch.
do whatever the fuck she wants. She's a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
exactly.
But she
But
could have
that
handled
could
it
have been
better.
avoided had she just had a conversation. Just been like,
Yeah.
I'm a little bit jealous too of Bananas for getting D all up on him, but damn.
not gonna be
Like-
punching any bus seats or anything.
Like, goddamn. Like, ugh.
No, I
Yeah,
mean, okay, I can.
these got to be my reality TV show crush at this point.
Those toes, the long toes. All right, so episode 2. Well, we know Justin wins, Rogan loses. Episode 2, we have a weird puzzle challenge, but looks like tons of fun for the daily.
Yeah,
I would hate it.
I don't know how I would feel about it. I don't know. I just like anything could fucking happen. I just watched Final Destination 5, so I'm like, having a moment.
5 or the Bloodlines?
You'd be a little too
Bloodline.
nervous.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I bought it,
I'm
and then
I'm
it was on Disney or HBO Max the next day.
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that's how I watched it. Maggie is not a fan of gore or anything that involves like jump scares or stuff like that. So she was at work and I watched it and I just kept voice messaging her the ridiculous stuff that would happen in my description and she had a blast because she didn't
Okay,
have to
nice.
watch it. She just got to hear my description.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
movie,
never going
that
on that
movie is
fucking
really
Space
good.
Needle again.
Yeah.
No, but if you asked me to go into the Space Needle when we were in Seattle together, I would have been like, "No, it's cool. I don't have to go up there." Before seeing that movie, you know what I mean?
Now, definitely fucking not.
Now, definitely fucking not.
The Space Needle just cut their business in a third.
Yeah,
It
right.
really did. I wonder if Bloodlines had to talk to the ones in Toronto and Vegas and Seattle and be like, "Hey guys, listen. We're about to like ruin your business. How much do you need?"
Well, who? I mean, they can write that. They can write that off as a marketing expense. I
What, to
mean,
never go again?
no, like,
Oh, you're
hey,
saying the production of Final Destination can. Okay.
yeah. It's like, it's not a production cost; it's a marketing cost. The marketing costs are usually twice as much as the production cost.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Sorry to veer off about the topic of the challenge.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Hashtag not a sponsor. Final Destination 5.
Bloodlines. It's Bloodlines.
Sorry.
5 was a whole different movie.
Okay. I stopped watching after the first 2. So
Well, Bloodlines is like an embodiment of the first 2 movies. It's
Alright.
like
Well,
a
they put-
culmination of the first 2 movies, and that's why I really enjoyed it. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, Brad.
So, beginning of the episode, teams are swapped.
yeah.
Looks like for the first half of the season, that's going to be the format. Is they're going to switch teams week to week. They're going to keep the vets and the new threats being paired with each other, and you can't be partnered with somebody you've already been partnered with before. So it looks like they're just going to keep rotating until they can't anymore, and that's probably when they'll do the format change.
I kind of like that, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
It does keep things pretty fresh. It because I mean they could do that for the first 6 episodes, and then it's probably gonna turn.
Well, this is a long season, so it'll probably go on for about 8 episodes, I'd say, to cut some of the cast down, maybe even a little bit more than that. We'll see, because they do male, female, and sometimes they'll just randomly switch formats 2 or 3 times a season. So you really never know with the challenge.
Sometimes they'll have a purge.
Yeah, that's the only time you can go home without facing an elimination is they'll randomly have a challenge called a purge, where if you come in last place, you go home.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like purges. I think it defeats the purpose of the challenge.
Right.
The thing I like most about the challenge is no one can vote you off. You have to lose to go home.
That
so
is true.
if you win and you can come in and just be good at everything, you can make it to the end and win, even if everybody hates you.
Yeah.
Which
Because
Karen
they can
has
hate
almost
you,
done.
but you're gonna have the money.
Yeah. Cara Maria, the amount of
Exactly.
finals she's made with the house coming at her
For no reason.
is impressive. So
Mhm.
it really lets underdogs
beast.
shine when they're good competitors. So I think we can fast forward through this daily because it's really just everybody looking at symbols of what are those things? What are those called?
Like
Hieroglyphs,
high.
Or
No,
no,
the cars are those
ATVs,
ATVs.
quad,
I
quads,
think they were
ATVs.
side by side.
Side by sides. There we go.
Forerunner.
That's what it is. The side by side is the word I was looking
Side
for.
Yeah, but you didn't
So much
really need
fun
to
to
look
drive.
at them. You actually were supposed to be just paying attention to the puzzle and then making the mirror, but the cars were actually just a distraction.
Well, I mean, it worked out for people different ways though, because some people were able to do it by looking on the bottom of the cars, while a lot of the vets that are good at puzzles realize that you can figure this out just by looking at the pieces that are already here.
Right.
As soon as they realized that there was mirroring involved, they were like, oh shit, well, if you know this, then you know that. And you could solve the rest of the puzzle yourself without looking at the cards, which is how Turbo won, and how Bananas ended up coming in 5th instead of outside the top 8.
Yeah, a lot
But-
of them
Turbo's
realized
the
it
most-
quick.
Turbo's the most like insane and wonderful human being.
He's out of his fucking mind, but I love him. He's
I would hang out with Turbo. Like,
I have a
Yeah.
I don't
question.
know about that.
From when they were out drinking and Turbo and his partner were talking about who to vote in, he said something about 2 people, and one of them was Cara Marie, but I couldn't tell. Are they're very close friends or they're opposite? Because I couldn't tell if he was wanting to vote them in or that was 2 people he wouldn't vote in.
You'd have to give me names.
One was Cara Marie. I can't remember the other one. But I
don't think
rewind
he's got
this
a problem
thing
with
so
Cara.
many
Nani?
times. Yeah.
No, Nani is a
Nani
Nani and him
oh.
were cool. They were partners in the past. And they kind of have like
Okay,
they tend to
so-
get in spats with each other when Turbo's being unbearable. Nani's usually the first one to lose
Yeah.
her temper with them because they're friends.
Well, he
But they're more like
said something
frenemies.
about being a sister, but I couldn't understand him. And I rewound it so many times, and I finally gave up. I was hoping somebody else knew what he said.
Yeah, you got to put those closed captionings on with Turbo.
closed captions wrong with Turbo.
But
I looked at it.
Olivia came in 2nd place with Will, so I'd like to see Olivia finishing early. CT 3rd place finish.
Queen Olivia.
Queen Bee Olivia, yeah. She is she is
CT.
looking like the Queen Bee this season, right?
She's the Queen
Yep.
Bee this season.
I don't know how it happened.
She has all of her UK freaking part.
Well,
She has
that's
all of
not
her
what
U-
happened. She got
She
her.
has all of her UK fanboys and girls
Yeah.
on her boyfriend and hers junk, and they walk around like it's freaking court European style, and I love it, and I'm here for it.
All right. I like the new rookie alliance that we saw in this episode. We saw Jeremy.
Tarzan.
Yeah, the Tarzan alliance. Terrible name, but the Tarzan and Jane's.
Huh?
He does kind of look Tarzanish though, so I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
But I like that at least some of them are playing, right? At least some of these guys are thinking like, yeah,
They
we need to get
are.
some numbers together. We need to group up.
Yeah.
So that's
Why
not normally how this
why
goes.
does-
Challengers.
Why does that guy look exactly like how I envisioned Tarzan should look?
So then we had Nisa and Justin finish 4th. Bananas and Izzy finish 5th. Millionaire Mitchell finishing 6th. And
They haven't been giving her a lot of time on the camera yet.
there's a
And
lot of
I would
people there. If
expect
you're not
more,
making
'cause-
noise, if you're not following the smoke,
Yeah.
then you're
Right.
not going to get camera time
Right.
until later in the
Right.
season.
They're going where the drama is.
Yeah. And that's why if you want screen time, find the drama and just be there. Joe Biden it. Just be there. Yep.
Just be there. Way better slogan than Nike.
So and then we have another just be there.
Just
Just
be there.
Michelle Fitzgerald last season, she wasn't in too much drama, but she was always around it.
Yeah.
It was like shots of her being around the drama, like eating some noodles.
It was almost
My
like
favorite
Spot
meme.
Michelle in the drama.
Yeah, she was like,
That's
"Where's
fun.
Waldo in the drama?" She's back there somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Then okay, so we got another format change. Now the winners don't get to keep anybody safe. Now they get to nominate somebody. So this makes the winners, 1, have to get blood on their hands, and 2,
Yeah.
makes them very powerful.
Yep.
You better hope somebody that wins isn't hating on you.
Right.
And
Is on your side that you're
Yeah.
not pissing off.
Like poor Cara Maria, man. As soon as Johnny wins, she's going in.
yeah. Or it could go the opposite way because Johnny has a lot of people targeting him, which means he has a very
Nobody
good
says
chance of being-
poor Johnny. Johnny brings it all on himself, and I hope she throws him in. She already said she's going to.
So
Well, definitely not
Gallina.
poor Johnny. No.
just to clarify,
Go ahead.
my question is: the vets will always be partnered, as far as we know, with a new threat.
That's
As
what
we
it
know,
said.
And-
yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't mean that a vet has to go in against a rookie.
No.
A vet could go in against a vet. A rookie could go in against a rookie.
Mhm.
Yes. So
That's right.
these rookies should watch out, right?
Mm.
Because their first week would have been if the rookies were smart, the first week would have been prime opportunity. You had a vet that lost, the vet was automatically going in. They should have put another vet up against him to ensure one of the vets went home.
Right. To ensure a vet.
But
to keep
one
the
did,
rookies in the
so-
numbers. But they got lucky.
They got
One went home.
lucky.
Yeah. But if they were
Well,
smart,
you also
they
have
would
a
have
partner
ensured
you
that
got to
happened.
get with to make that person come home.
True.
It's not up to them. They got a partner.
So then, yeah, it makes it more difficult.
Mm-hmm. And again, you're playing with a bunch of vets that know that. They're like, yo, no, no, no. I see what you're doing way before you even thought about doing it. Get out of my face.
Right.
We're not. No, I'm not voting them in, silly.
Silly rookie.
And you know the vets are very pushy.
Yes. And then
The
in
vets
this
are gonna do what
episode,
the vets are gonna do.
Blue and Derek come in last place, which Derek's very bad at puzzles, so that's not terribly surprising. Blue wasn't much better. They had a hard time seeing the symbols, and they didn't spend enough time studying the board.
And he even said he was not. He called him out. He said he was a horrible partner.
Oh, Derek will always own it, man. He's the best guy on the challenge. Like when it comes down to just being a good dude,
Mm-hmm.
Good dude. I'd hang out with him.
for sure.
I love Derek.
He's
He
one of my
is by
favorites.
far my favorite person. Him and CT.
Yeah, those
I
are my.
don't think I could handle CT like hanging with CT. He has
I
a
could.
different kind of energy than I would want to hang with.
I could.
I could. I like CT.
Mhm.
But I would have more fun with Derek. So now Blue knows she's going in. She asks for Tay, and Turbo and Lika are kind enough to give Tay as the other option, and the house is kind enough to oblige. Now, was this smart?
Tay's a rookie?
Tay's a rookie.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Unless Blue
Well,
is just
no.
trying to work an angle of like, hey, vets, keep me round.
No,
Or,
Blue did what
hey-
she said that they should have did. She went after the European alliance. That's what she said that they should have did from the beginning. She just backed her words up. I respect it.
I respect her going and like saying that. I think it was a dumb move to not go against the person who was crippled in your first elimination. Somebody had an
Yeah.
injury, probably couldn't even compete. I know that
Again,
it's
I respect
probably
her doing that because she wanted the.
I respect it, but I think it might have sent her home because I don't
Well, it
think
did send her
Adrian
home.
would have been able to compete.
No, it did send
Like-
her home. But
Yeah, I respect it, but you know it's all about that money
She-
when it comes down to it. And
Now, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, do it
I would have had a lot of fun with this challenge.
with the elimination,
God,
the laser one. Yeah,
my God.
yeah,
I
checking people.
like God. You wouldn't get anywhere near your fucking. I would end up hip checking you towards the laser on accident because. My God.
just for the fun of the check.
Yeah.
You played field hockey, right?
yeah.
Both hands were bound
Both hands were bound
inside
together.
of a bag.
Yeah,
in
so
fine.
front of you.
so they're trying to, and that was where these girls were. They were using their upper body instead of using their lower body more. But if you come in with a hip check, you would knock the other person off balance way more than trying to hit them with your arms like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
use your body. Fuck your arms. Like that was a distraction. Them tying their hands up was a distraction.
Yeah,
Like use
Because
your
if you
body.
knock them down, if you knock them down, then what? Or if you knock them out of bounds,
So it's not even a knock out of bounds. The challenge was that their hands were tied together in front of them and that you had to prevent the other person from getting to wherever their laser beam was.
Mm-hmm.
this looks like so much.
Okay.
Oh my God. So, yeah. So, like, as someone who has played physical sports, you wouldn't have gotten anywhere near your laser
I-
beam if I was
that's- I-
playing against you.
Oh, I know they were going hard, but I figured people would have been on the ground more.
Yeah, they were too worried about, like, trying to just hold them with their
Non-arms.
elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to use your lower body if you have
Mhm.
your arms tied like that. You're just not going to have the momentum to knock somebody over without being able to grab them like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
but
Unless you can hit them with your shoulder.
you do have a lot of power with your hands together, like
Understood, but
in different forms than like attacking the face like this in a jab.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like she's
you could
saying,
try
the
to
hip
hold it,
check's going to be what's going to throw you down.
Yeah.
yeah, I need you on the ground. I don't need you on your feet. If I'm trying to prevent you from getting to a specific
Mhm.
spot, I'm getting you on the ground.
And then I'm going to
I'm
sit
making
on you.
sure that you
Mhm.
can't move. Literally, I'm just going to
Uh-huh.
Or make you crawl like this through the dirt to get there.
Yeah.
try.
Or try, because it's going to be hard with
Right.
somebody pushing you the other way. But this elimination was actually longer than it seemed. It was a total of 5 rounds. First round, Tay won. Second round was a tie. Third round, Blue won. Fourth round was a tie. And then fifth round, Tay won because Blue gassed out.
Yeah.
So 4 rounds, they Blue said
And
like
2
we were both fucking
ties.
puking between rounds. What? What'd you say?
And 2 ties.
Yeah, and 2 ties in there as well. I like the effort from 2 rookies. I like Tay a lot. She's shown in a challenge and in an elimination that she should not be underestimated.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think Blue will be back, and I think she'll be stronger, you know?
Yeah, Blue wrestles like 3 days a week. She goes to a wrestling class. So
And she's
she
going
is
to start
athletic.
running now.
Wow.
She has been. I follow Blue on social media because she cracks me up.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't watched many seasons of Big Brother, but I did watch most of her season, so I'm familiar with her in America. And I watched the beginning of Cedric's season, and he got voted out like second, so I saw him a little bit there. So those 3 rookies I know a bit, and I liked all 3 of them. Blue will definitely be back just because she's fun and smart.
Yeah, I think she'll
But-
go further.
Yeah, I think she'll end up, if she wants to, she can put together a challenge career. She's got a pretty good social media presence too. She does she's got a bunch of different stuff she does
Nice.
podcast wise. Or I know she does, I think she calls it Family Meal, where she has a Big Brother contestant give her a random ingredient and then she's got to make a meal with it.
Oh, that's cool.
I think she's on season 2 of doing that. All right, well, that is about the end of the episode. Next week, it could be a guy's elimination, could be a girl's. You never know. So
Right.
now that they've evened it back out, I'm predicting it's going to be a women's elimination because they're going to want to keep Bananas around as long as they can. And he's got a big target on his back right now. So I'm predicting an early exit.
I hope
I
so.
hope
He's
so.
so annoying.
Thou art
Honestly-
a villain.
You can't let him get to the halfway point or else he's going to make it to the end.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got to get
I
rid
get,
of him
like,
early.
Well,
Like,
in the previews, you see him screaming, I am the challenge. I
I
can't
am the
wait.
challenge.
I can't wait to see that fight. You are the challenge. Shut up. You
What
got
were you
big
saying,
old
Pink?
head for no reason.
I guess for me, I don't like. I just think I would never enjoy being in his presence. Like, and I don't think it's a facade that he's putting on for TV. I think that's who he really is.
Well, it sucks because Johnny used to be cool. He used to be like somebody I would want to chill with back in the day.
Yeah.
But he's
On his
just
season
become
of The Real
such a
World and-
douche.
Yeah. I like Johnny on his season of The Real World. I liked him his 1st
Mhm.
2 seasons of the challenge.
Yep.
But
And then,
he became like sort of famous and became a giant douche.
yeah.
And since then, like, he's just an insecure little boy. Like, last season just put such a bad taste in my mouth with how he was treating Michelle and Olivia. Even now, like, every time he talks to Olivia, he calls her a snake. And I know they're just little digs, but he means it. Like,
Right. And not for nothing, he's a snake. So what?
he's the
Okay.
snakiest of the snakes.
Right. The
I don't like
words.
that. I don't
But
like it.
here we are talking about him, so that's what he wants.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But next week, the drama continues.
The
We will see you
drama
then. Signing off, the
continues.
Trust No One podcast.
Trust no one.
Never.